Welcome to another day of Stitchmas. We're now the 11th of December and it is Saturday. So if you watched my video yesterday, you'll have heard me say that I have quite a busy morning on Saturdays. I actually woke up with 2 hours to spare before having to leave for ukulele practice. But unfortunately, I dropped back off to sleep. And then when I woke back up, I'd only got half an hour. And I kind of had a coffee, kind of woke myself up slowly, got myself ready, and I didn't even have time for breakfast. So yeah, when I got to ukulele practice, I bought a coffee, and so I had my second coffee, a bottle of water and a biscuit. And it's quite inexpensive to buy things there. I got all that for 90p. It's not bad going, is it? And then I did my ukulele practice. Then I nipped to the co-op, came home, and unloaded the shopping, and I'm already in my gym wear. I go to ukulele practice in my gym wear and went straight to yoga, straight home, lunch, and then I was going to come and film straight away, but unfortunately I just didn't have enough battery life because I've just been having trouble with my devices, and I've got a charger next to my bed, and I was saying to my husband, how long do these AirPods take to charge? He said not very long at all. I charged the iPad all night. It was on 30% this morning. I was thinking, what is going on? Well, it turns out the charger that's next to my bed is not working, so I've got a couple of chargers. So the one where, my dressing area has been working. So things have only been getting charged if I'm charging them there. But overnight, just nothing has been charging. So unfortunately, my battery just didn't have enough life to come and sit in front of the camera. But here I am. Anyway, let's open these advent calendars because that's what we're here for, aren't we? Oh, yeah, I have been doing some crafts last night. I was doing some knitting. You might have saw a little snippet at the very end of the last video I just filmed. I'd started a mouse head. Well, I've made the little mouse head. It's a Santa mouse. I've got on and actually made his hat before the rest of his body because I'd knitted his ears, and to basically attach his ears, you need to do it on top of the hat. So I've gone ahead and done the hat. So the next thing, I'm going to be working on his body. So he'll be hopefully joining his little friends. So I don't think I showed my knitted mice in Vlogmas. It might have been in my November videos. But yeah, there's another 3 mice if you haven't seen them already. And finally, I'm getting the Santa one. So I think I'll be ready to photograph them all when I've made all 4 of them. So that'll be nice, won't it? Oh, I'm glad you liked the button tip with the safety pins. Yeah, it's quite a nifty thing. I'm sure I saw it somewhere, but I can't remember where I saw it. You just pick these ideas up from places, don't you? So, and thank you for the support, me saying I'm not going to share my cool crafting secret surprise. And actually a lady made a comment and she said that she's got the secret surprise and she wants to keep it surprise till Christmas. And she said if I'd have said I'm showing it, even with a spoiler alert, she would have been too tempted to carry on watching. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not going to share it. And like I say, I don't truly know what's in the boxes. All I've done is just literally open them and look at the top, and that is it. I haven't seen what's inside. So I'm going to open my hemline calendar. I'm hopefully going to do some packing today. My husband's going to be watching football at 3 o'clock, I think. I don't know, I haven't got my watch on, it's charging. Yeah, he's going to be watching some football, so I might wrap some of his presents, and I don't know if I'm totally done with his presents yet, so it'd be good to get them out while he's not around. So the 11th of December, there it is. I thought I couldn't find it then. Oh, and thank you, Gingham Girl, for that little tip about the Kitten Stitch to do the Russian car stuff, I think it was called, wasn't it? It's basically a car stuff with using a crochet hook. You just basically taking a stitch off this needle and putting it over the other and back and forth until you get to your end thread, and then you pull it through. So that's very clever, isn't it? Oh, actually, I'll read. It's a seam ripper. Self-explanatory. Have we had one of these before in this calendar? I don't know. I needed a seam ripper. on one of these stars because I'd left a turning hole in a couple of them, and then I just went ahead and went over and thought, oh dear. So I did need to pull some stitches out, but unfortunately I couldn't find a decent one. I could only find one that looked similar to this, and it was awful. It wasn't very sharp. It was more like dragging the stitches than it was tearing them. It didn't seem to have any sharpness in it, so let's hope that one's a bit better. Right, I'll pop that box down here. How's my hair look? I brushed my hair before I came on film because my hair looks half, like most of the time in Vlogmas you see my hair clipped up and it looks at its nicest when I let it down. But obviously once I've been to ukulele practice, I've been shopping at the co-op, I've been to yoga, you know, and I'm like in downward dogs and bending forward fold and things, your head's upside down. I'm just in a mess, but like later in the day. Right, crafty so-and-so. Do I sound a bit downhearted? I think I must admit I do feel a little bit tired today. I think because I only do yoga twice a week, but it just happens to be they're on Friday night and Saturday morning, so you don't really get much of a break to recover. And yeah, I do feel a bit tired this morning. And I did feel a little bit stressed this morning because I thought, you know, what did my son get in? Because he went on a work doing things. So you just want to know that they're safe, don't you? Oh, 11 is on the top. I think I'm going to go through the bottom. It's easier to do it that way. And try not to drop it on the floor this time. Ah, oh, lovely. So we've got ribbon in the crafty so-and-so. That's nice, isn't it? It's quite a good length of it. Let me try and work out how much we've got. It's definitely more than a metre. I've got my metres there. Probably about 1.5 metres of yellow gingham ribbon. So that's always useful to have, isn't it? I'll put that in my stash of things. Sorry, that might be a bit boring watching me roll this back up. I'll just pop a pin in there just to keep it all from unravelling. So that is that. So I've had a seam ripper from the hemline. I've had mirror. I've had a ribbon from the crafty so-and-so. And let's see what I put in mine. So, oh, it's something I've definitely wrapped. When it's this red tissue paper and that sticker, it's something I've bought for myself and I've wrapped it. Ah, lovely. Now, this is something I always lose, right? I'm always having to find another one. I have actually got one to hand today on here. But I don't always have one to hand. But it's not just any old measuring tape. It's Merchant & Mills. So do you remember me saying I bought more than one item from Merchant & Mills? I can't remember if I bought 2 or 3, but I've opened one already. And this is the second one. And it's 150 centimetre tape measure. Oh, I could have measured that ribbon, couldn't I? See if I was right at guessing it was 150 centimetres, 1.5 metres. So yeah, that's lovely to have. I thought it was quite a nice colour actually, it being black on one side and then it's white on the other, but it seems too nice to take out, doesn't it? Looks like more one that you'd keep on display, doesn't it? You know, like this. So anyway, I hope you've liked seeing my advent calendars today. I don't know what's really going to be going on today in the way of crafting. Because my husband's watching football, it would be a good idea to sit in here and do some sewing. But I must admit, I'm feeling a little bit too tired for that. So I think what I might do is I might get the wrapping things upstairs, wrap some of my husband's things, and sit and maybe just watch something on TV and work on my little Santa mouse. Because I can just sit and chill in the bedroom and do that. So I don't know what else I'll have to show you today. I don't think I'm going out this evening. I've discussed it with my husband and I said I'm just really not feeling it really. I'm far too busy. I'm a middle son. He'd really like a friend over tomorrow and he's my mother doesn't drive, so, and it's about a 25-minute journey there, so I'd have to go and pick him up, bring him back here, basically cater for them all day, and then drop him back home and then back again. So obviously that's a hell of a lot of driving time tomorrow. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not really feeling having a bit of a drink tonight. But if my husband wants to go round there, I'll just say he go round. But I suspect he won't want to go if I'm not going, which I feel bad about because I don't want to ruin his enjoyment. But we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me so far. If there's anything of interest to show you today, I will come back. But if not, I will see you tomorrow. So see you in the next bit. Bye. Right, welcome back. Now I have done a little bit of filming for you this afternoon, and I watched it back and it's done it like in slow motion. It's going whoa. So yeah, I thought I have to come and chat with you again, and hopefully this one works out. Oh gosh, it has given me a giggle. Now I wanted to come back and do a bit of filming because I think I was really tired earlier and I sounded a bit downhearted, but I feel so much better now. It is 12 minutes past 4 and I had a nice little rest. I've done a little bit of wrapping, so I'll just show you. I haven't done any decoration to it yet. These are for my husband, and I couldn't find the sellotape. Do you think he'll mind? I've used his washi tape, saying the friends one, saying they don't know that we know. So hopefully he doesn't mind. So yeah, but that's. I haven't really got a lot of wrapping paper, so I'm going to have to go wrapping paper shopping this week because this is all I've got left and I'm not all that keen on it really. I will use it for things, but yeah, I'm not, because I'm not wasteful, but yeah, I'm not entirely happy, but yeah, I'm going to need some more. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of knitting. I've not got very far, I must admit. I'll show you what I've done. I've done 3 rows of Santa Mouse. So, but I've got to make sure actually, when do I change to red? Oh gosh, I've got to, you have to check actually, because these patterns are really confusing. The mice that I'm knitting are from this Amanda Berry magazine. I've showed my regular viewers it before. I've knitted loads from it. But when you say you want to follow the body, it says follow the basic mouse head pattern. So you have to then go back and look at the head and then remember you're not knitting the head. But you also have to bear in mind the colour changes. So basically I've got to work the head pattern, but it's the body, up to row 8, do row 8, and then I've got to change to the yarn C, which is red. So you have to bear that in mind. So it can get a bit head boggly because you're doing the body, you're following the head for so many rows, but you've also got to check out which mouse you're knitting and know when the colour changes. Sometimes it's good to write all these things down so you don't go wrong. That's not a bad idea, but I've just got to remember 8 rows in beige and then I've got to change to red. So, and will I be on this one? Yeah, I'll still be following the head pattern at that point. So that's all nice. I think it's probably best that I do this while my husband's watching football, so I can just keep my head about me and keep my concentration. And I've had something come through the post today. Katie, thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely Christmas card. And Katie has also sent me something for my advent calendar, but she said I don't have to open it during advent if I don't want to. I can wait until Christmas. And this is what she's got wrapped for me, so I can tell one of those is a book, Katie, and gosh, books excite me, so I'm so excited to open those. The thing that you've wrapped the book in is kind of tissue paper and it's almost see-through, and I must admit I was really tempted to try and look at what the book was, and I thought no, don't do it, right? So anyway, what I've been doing here is I've bought a knitted doll up here that some of you might have seen, some of you might not. If you followed me for a long time, you might have seen her. But I made a knitted doll many years ago, and it was from this book, Arne and Carlos. I've got a few of their books, not all of them, but yeah, basically when I first followed them, I think they've got YouTube now, but they never used to have YouTube or anything. Actually, I did subscribe to them, but I wasn't getting any notifications from them. But they had never been to the UK, and I begged them to come to the UK, and they did come to the UK, but then they went to London, and then eventually they did come to my neck of the woods. They went to the NEC, and they went to the quilting, the Festival of Quilts, because they've got a fabric line now. But obviously they were there all about the fabric, but for me it's all for the, even though I'm a sewer, it was all about the knitting, because all their books I've got are knitting books. But yeah, so I basically had a photograph that's supposed to be them in knitted form. I had my photograph taken with them at the NEC, and I was so chuffed. I'll see if I can dig that photograph out. And I've got a photograph of my knitted doll, and it's before I'd made her any clothes, and I'd put her in front of this book. And I remember when I posted it online, I did a split screen, so it was my doll naked basically, she got pants on, in front of this book, and then me in real life with them real life in between them. So I was so chuffed. But yeah, I just thought, oh, you know, I'm going to get my books out and have a look. I like to do that every now and then, but I thought you'd like to see my doll. Now, she's got a lot of hair, I will warn you. She's funny, isn't she? And I just give her so much hair. Look at that mane. Look, her head's falling over. She's got so much hair, look. And I blocked her skirt. The skirt's knitted, look, but I blocked it, and I think it might have been acrylic. I don't think I should have done it. Look at her little waist. And I knitted her pants, look, into the body. They're so lovely, aren't they? And a lovely little cardigan. I'd love to make her some more clothes, or I'd love to do their knitted mouse, actually. There are patterns. You have to bear in mind, if you're used to flat knitting, these patterns might not be for you. They're all done on DPNs, double pointed needles, and you're knitting the round, so you've got like a few needles on the go and you're knitting in the round, like that ball I showed you in my other Vlogmas video that I'd knitted of theirs. And I've done an Easter egg of theirs as well, and that was the same. Have I done any? And the other things I've done of theirs, it actually was crochet. I did a crochet flower of theirs. Actually, I didn't know where I'd got that pattern from, but then because I've got my book out, I've remembered, and I put a crochet bee sitting on top of mine, because I basically yarn bombed my town one year, and I decorated a tree outside the Laura Ashley shop with all knitted and crochet flowers, and wound it round, and had my photograph taken with it. But Laura Ashley isn't there anymore, unfortunately. It closed down. I don't know if they've got any physical stores now, but I think they've got an online business. But yeah, that's a lovely book. I don't know if I've done anything else in this book. I'm going to sit and have a look through it. And these aren't the only books I've got of theirs, but I haven't got all of them. And this is their Easter book. Maybe it'd be quite nice to make one of their knitted bunnies. I suspect the mice, can you see the mice there? And the bunnies and the dolls, I suspect they're going to be all the same size, so hopefully the clothes would fit all of them, which would be nice. So yeah, I would like to do a little bit more of Arne and Carlos's things. But Mary Angela, who watches my channel, and I are planning, we're going to do some of the Christmas balls next year, because I've only done one of the Christmas balls, and I did a plain one because I think I was just practicing a little bit with the double pointed needles back then. But yeah, we're going to knit some of their Christmas balls maybe next year, ready for next Christmas, so that'll be a fun thing to do. So if you want to join in with that, you're welcome to join in with us. We're planning on doing weeks next year. That's our plan, so that's not too bad, is it? So that's like one every 2 months, so it's not going to stop us doing any other projects if we want to do others, is it? So yeah, but you're welcome to join in with that if you'd like to. So yeah, so that's all I've got to show you at the moment. I'm just enjoying a little bit of peace and quiet on my own. My boys are all, you know, doing their own thing. Like they've all sat and come and had a little chat with me, you know, while I sit in here. They often do. And but yeah, they're all back in their rooms at the moment. So what it is, we all love being around each other, but we're all very like hobbyist kind of people, and we all like a little bit of time to ourselves as well, which is quite nice. It's nice to all get together sometimes for watching a film, meal times, and then we like to go and do our own thing sometimes. It's just the way we all are. We're quite passionate about our interests and things, so that's worked out well for us. Our children are like it as well, isn't it? You know. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me so far. I don't know if I'm going to be filming anything else today. We're having a Chinese this evening, so that's quite nice. That's why I'm not in the kitchen right now prepping food, because I'm having a Chinese. So basically when the football ends, I suspect that's when we'll be ordering then. So I'll get the oven warmed up, get the plates warmed up, and yeah, and have our Chinese. So that'll be nice. So thank you so much for joining me so far, and I'll see you in the next bit. Bye. Right, I'm coming back for 1 second. I want to tell you something that's fun. It is funny, but it could have not been funny. Do you know, I was telling you we've got footings dug out at the front of my craft room, which is at the front of the house, ready for when we extend it. Well, that's going to be the last thing we do with the extension. So my craft room is going to be as it is for a very long time. We're going to work on the back and the upper and things, and then that's going to be the last thing. Well, when my husband was putting the Christmas lights up, my dad was helping to start with, and my dad fell down the footings. Luckily, he kind of grabbed hold of the wall, and only his foot went down there, and he got a really wet foot. So luckily he wasn't injured, he wasn't hurt at all, thank goodness. But it was kind of comedic as well, so oh gosh, how funny. And he's kind of followed my husband round, and he just thought there was tarmac there, and his foot went down there. So oh gosh, my poor father. But never mind. Anyway, I'm going to go now, so I hope you enjoy your Saturday evening. Yeah, it's probably no different really to, I know it's like Vlogmas and Stitchmas and things, and it's all festive. Yeah, I suppose the only festive thing is I suppose I am being festive. I'm in my Christmassy looking jumper, I've got my snowflake on, and I'm knitting a Santa mouse. It can't get more festive than that really, can it? So anyway, thank you so much for joining me so far, and I'll see you in the next bit. Bye.
The only thing I like about Christmas is Christmas trees and booze and chocolate.